Now, the next thing that came to mind was, we're taking, well, this data, going back here, this is a sample survey, and this survey could have come from alumni, it could have come from faculty, it could have come from students. And because we collect from faculty, industry, alumni, and students, and we combine it all together, we had to decide, do you weight them all equally? Okay? Is the input from each one of your constituents the same as all the others? Okay? And so you could do, I made up these numbers, but you could do unequal voting. You could say, okay, a faculty's vote is worth 10 times well, 10, an industry rep's worth 20, an alumni is worth 15, a student's is worth 5. Okay, so little interaction here. The way this technique is typically used in the classroom, I'm sure many of you use it, is you ask a question, you ask a question and you're supposed to hold it to your chest and hold up 1, 2, 3, or 5 fingers, so it's just a reflection to the faculty and not to the entire room. But since there is no right answer in here, on each one of these, well, actually, yeah, look, for these, put up a finger, one finger, if you think these should all be equal. Put up 2 fingers if you think faculty should count the most, 3 industrial reps count the most, 4 alumni count the most, or 5 students count the most. Okay, raise your hands. So you can see you get quite a variety on who counts the most. And in all of our faculty meetings, the same thing. Many faculty say it's quite obvious this should be the most focused. And so by default, we always go back to 1. We weight them all equally. You know, but there's strong arguments, and everybody's argument makes complete sense until the next person stands up and makes the counter argument, say, no, this is the one that should count the most.
Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, now, weighting factors again on tools. Okay, because what we do is we do surveys, webfolios, exams, and capstone. So again, the question is, some of surveys are very easy to fill out, or self-reporting data is often questionable, so maybe they should count less. Maybe actual student work should count differently than exams, or the capstone course is a group project. So how should we treat those? Okay, and what's going on here? I didn't want it to come this way. Okay, so again, with 1 finger representing that all tools should be weighted equally, or how many, 2 if, should be numbered there. Survey should be equal, 3 if some kind of portfolio, 4 for exam, and 5 for capstone. Okay, so please vote. Interesting.
I'm voting twice.
You're voting twice?
I'm voting twice. Okay. As a statistician, that's a problem. But okay. But she does make good cookies, so she can do that. Okay.
How you vote might depend on the particular outcome.
Yes.
I would vote that for all outcomes.
Well, that's very true. There is a general point about, okay, you're right, I'm looking at all outcomes, and there could be some special, but I'm talking in general, it's something that needs to be addressed and talked about. But you're right, there could be different outcomes that are obviously lend themselves better to different tools, but excellent point. Okay, this is what I talked about, raising the bar, since we already dealt with that. And then program modifications. Usually we try to just kind of, to make people feel better, we identify strengths at the same time as we identify areas of improvement. Identifying the strength can be uplifting to the faculty and can be used for recruitment of students and that sort of thing, but it really doesn't feed back or help us. We're finding that, again, with anything, when we do find an area that we need to improve, change is very difficult, and we have made things worse on occasion. Okay, but this might be kind of a corollary to Pat's husband's statement that says a wrong modification is better than no modification at all. So it might be along the same lines there. Just do something, see what happens. Okay, a couple examples of what we consider minor changes. Students now design their own lab experiments in a required lab course. We've increased group activities. We've assigned basically engineering current events so they can see the relationship, hopefully some relationship to what they're doing in class. The major 2 changes that we've made in the past couple of years is we added a second dynamics course, and that was straight from the EIT exam. We were having problems in dynamics, and we're about to assess that. But now there's 2 required, there's always been 2 required thermodynamics courses, and there's but now we have a second dynamics course as well, and we had to add a technical writing course. Again, because primarily most of our students, English is a second language to them. Then writing and communication is a tricky problem without including technical words. And once you add a technical dialogue, it even makes things harder. So it was important to give an entire course for that. participation, data collection, analyzed, and programs, and I'm right on time. So thank you very much.